Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into something quite special.
We are indeed.
We're looking at excerpts from the Ashtavakra Gita with insights from Swami Chinmayananda's commentary.
A truly powerful text.
Yeah, and apparently it's considered, exceptionally clear. The publisher's note even says it communicates the nature and glory of the supreme reality, possibly better than even the Upanishads or the Bhagavad Gita. That's quite a claim.
It is. It sets a high bar.
So our mission today is basically to pull out the core wisdom here, give you a kind of shortcut into understanding this ancient text. Ready to jump in?
Absolutely. The Ashtavakra Gita is fascinating because it's this direct, almost raw dialogue.
Right, between the sage Anavara and King Janaka.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
the backstory itself is quite something. Ashtavakra, as a young boy, goes to King Janaka's court, the same court where his own father had, well, disappeared after losing a debate.
Wow.
Yeah. And Ashtavakra defeats the court scholar and then proceeds to teach the king. The text promises it removes all doubts from Janaka's mind.
Which hopefully means it can help clear up some of ours too, right?
That's the invitation, definitely, if we engage with it.
Okay, so let's get straight to the heart of it. What's the first big takeaway for us? It seems to start with a really fundamental question. Who are you?
It does. It's a radical redefinition.
Well,
Ashtavakra tells Janaka very directly, just as the shape of a temple does not affect the Aka, the sky, the crookedness of the physical body has no effect on Maya.
the self. So basically, you are not your body. Whatever your physical form is like, that's not the real you.
Precisely. Your essential nature, your consciousness, is untouched by the physical.
So, okay, if I'm not my body, then what am I? That's the immediate next question, isn't it?
It is. And the text gives this incredibly rich description. The self, Atma, is described as the witness, all-pervading, perfect, non-dual, free, consciousness, actionless, unattached, desireless, and quiet.
Wow, that's a lot to unpack. Actionless, unattached.
Yes, and it even goes further. It says, you pervade this universe, and this universe is strung or woven only in you.
Okay, hold on. I pervade the universe. The universe is in me. That sounds huge, almost unbelievable.
It's a profound shift in perspective, isn't it? It suggests our true nature isn't this small, limited thing, but something vast, infinite, pure consciousness.
Right, and they use that analogy, the famous one.
The snake and the rope, yes.
Can you explain that a bit? It seems crucial.
Sure. The text says, you are that consciousness, bliss, supreme bliss, upon which this universe appears superimposed, like a snake on a rope.
So it's like seeing a rope in dim light and freaking out because you think it's a snake.
Exactly. The snake, which represents the universe as we perceive it, with all its problems and complexities, isn't actually real in itself. It only appears real because we fail to see the rope.
The rope being the self, our true nature.
Precisely. The illusion, the suffering, comes from this non-apprehension of the self, as the commentary puts it. We mistake the appearance for the reality.
And we react to the snake even though it's just a rope. That makes sense. So this links directly to why we suffer then.
Absolutely. If we are fundamentally this blissful, free consciousness, then why all the misery? Janaka must have asked this.
Yeah, seems like the obvious question.
And the answer given is crystal clear. The root of all misery is the sense of duality.
Duality, meaning seeing things as separate. Me versus you, good versus bad, that sort of thing.
Exactly. Our mind constantly chops reality up into pieces, into pairs of opposites. And this creates agitation, desire, aversion, sorrow. The feeling, I am the doer. Ahankarta is called a great black serpent of egoism.
Ouch. A black serpent, that sounds pretty bad.
It's a strong image, yeah. It bites us, essentially injecting suffering.
And where does this I am the doer thing come from? Is it just natural?
The text explains it comes from identifying with our tools, our body, senses, mind, intellect. We see with our eyes and think, I see. We think with our mind and say, I think. We claim ownership of these functions.
Oh, okay. So we get tangled up in the idea that I am this body-mind complex.
Yes, exactly. Bound by what Swami Chinmayananda translates as body consciousness, the Habimana Pashina. It's like a rope binding us. This basic ignorance, ajnana, of our true self makes us chase after sensory pleasures, the illusory world.
Like mistaking a seashell for silver, as the text says.
Precisely. Chasing illusions because we don't recognize the real value, our own self.
Okay, so we're tied up by this rope of body consciousness, bitten by the serpent of ego. How do we get free? What's the actual path Ashtavakra offers Janaka?
Well, it's surprisingly practical. It starts inward with cultivating what are called noble disciplines.
Things like
forgiveness, straightforwardness, basically honesty, integrity, kindness, cheerfulness, and truth. These are just, nice things to do.
Right.
They're described as nectar, to be regularly lived and enjoyed. The idea is they bring inner calm, serenity, they prepare the ground
Prepare the ground for what?
for the deeper realization, for Jivan Mukti.
Jivan Mukti.
Yeah.
Liberation while living, right. Not something after death.
Exactly that. Freedom, right here, right now, in this body. And the key to that is detachment. Radical detachment.
Okay, detachment. I get detaching from, negative stuff. But what does it mean here?
It's broader. The text says, it is bondage when the mind is attached to any of the sensory perceptions. It is freedom when the mind is detached from all perceptions.
Wow. All perceptions, even good ones. And thoughts, too.
Outer perceptions, inner thoughts, the whole lot. It goes even further. Ashtavakra advises, when there is no ego I, there is freedom. When there is ego I, there is bondage. Knowing thus, stop from accepting or rejecting anything playfully.
Stop accepting or rejecting anything. Playfully, that sounds almost passive, but also incredibly difficult. How do you function?
It's a profound shift. It's about dropping the ego's constant judgment and preference machine. And then there's this really striking point.
Yeah.
The fool does not attain Brahman, for he desires to become it. The wise one certainly realizes the nature of the supreme Brahman, even without desiring to do so.
Wait, so even wanting liberation can be a trap? Because it's still the ego wanting something.
That's the implication. It's subtle. The desire itself implies separation, implies you aren't already to that. It's about being, not striving or becoming.
That's paradoxical. How do you even wrap your head around letting go of the desire for the ultimate goal?
It's tough. The text uses analogies to help, like the ocean and the waves.
Ah, right. How does that one go?
The universe, all the individual selves, Jivakaya, waves of individuals, are seen as waves rising, playing, and disappearing in the limitless ocean of the self.
So the ocean itself isn't really affected by the waves coming and going.
Exactly. The self remains unchanged. I experience neither increase nor decrease of me thereby, the text assures. Seeing things from that vast oceanic perspective helps loosen the grip of personal desires and fears. The ocean doesn't try to be wet. It just is.
Okay, that helps visualize it.
Yeah.
So if someone actually manages this,
Yeah.
this profound shift, this Jivan Mukti, what do they look like? How do they act in the world? It sounds so internal.
It is primarily internal, but it manifests externally. The descriptions are fascinating. A Jivan Mukta, or wise one, is said to be unperturbed and free from pains.
Why? Because bad things stop happening.
Not necessarily, but because they understand that change, existence, destruction, it's just the nature of things. They don't resist it mentally.
So they're just calm.
Calm, contented, with senses well controlled. They neither grasp at pleasure nor push away pain, and crucially, they embody actionlessness in action.
Actionlessness in action. Okay, what does that mean? Do they just sit around?
No, not at all. It means they can be fully engaged in activity, but they aren't attached or tainted by it.
Oh.
Because the ego, the sense of I am the one doing this for my benefit, has died down. The action flows, but without that personal stake.
That's a really subtle distinction. It's not inaction, it's action without the ego driving it.
Precisely. It's like the text says a great-souled person watches his own body acting as if it were another's. There's a distance.
Wow, like watching a movie of yourself.
Something like that, perhaps. So they're neither pleased when praised, nor annoyed when blamed. Think about that. No reaction to praise or blame.
That alone is huge. Most of us are bouncing between those all day.
Right. And he neither rejoices in life nor fears death. They even perceive no difference between happiness and misery, man and woman, fortune and misfortune.
No difference. That's hard to imagine. Isn't happiness better than misery?
From the ego's perspective, absolutely. But from the perspective of the self, which is unchanging bliss, the waves of worldly happiness and misery are just appearances. Their mind is constantly filled with the nectar, the supreme bliss underneath it all.
So it's an underlying state that's unshakable.
That's the idea. And this state leads to a kind of inner quietness. He, whose work has dropped off with the dawn of wisdom, gets no room or scope to do or to say anything.
Again, that sounds like stopping, but you're saying it's not.
It means the compulsion to act or speak from the ego stops. There's no agenda, no need to prove anything, no I-ness or mindness driving things. They become desireless, pure intelligence.
Finding serenity as if nothing exists outside the self, devoid of I and mine, free from passions.
Exactly. It's a profound inner freedom.
The Gita has that other description, too, about sleep and waking.
Ah, yes. That the one is not asleep, even when in deep sleep. He is not lying down, even when dreaming. He is not awake, even in his waking state.
Which sounds completely contradictory.
It does on the surface.
Yeah.
But it means they've transcended these ordinary states. They're abiding in what's called tuya, the fourth state, pure consciousness, which underlies waking, dreaming, and deep sleep.
So they're always aware on some level, even in deep sleep.
Aware of their true nature, yes. Not necessarily aware of the bedroom furniture, but aware as consciousness itself. That's why they're contented under all conditions.
Infinite peace, even while doing everyday things. The text says they sit happily, sleep happily, move happily, speak happily, and eat happily.
It's liberation integrated into life, not an escape from life, but a transformation of the experience of life.
Okay, so wrapping this up, we've journeyed through the Ashtavakra Gita's core ideas, starting with who we truly are, not the body, but this vast, pure consciousness.
Right. Then seeing how the illusion of separateness, the ego, creates suffering, the snake on the rope.
And the path out. Cultivating inner virtues, detachment from everything, letting go even of the desire for liberation.
For any leading to Jivanmukti, freedom while living. Action without ego, peace beneath the surface of life's changes.
Living like that liberated person, unperturbed, content, seeing the world from the perspective of the unchanging self.
Exactly. The text summarizes it beautifully. In me, the shoreless ocean is the imagined illusion of the universe. I am the profoundly tranquil and formless. In this knowledge alone, I abide.
It's a powerful reminder, isn't it? In our busy modern lives, maybe the deepest peace isn't about finding something new outside ourselves.
It's about realizing what we fundamentally are, underneath all the noise.
So here's something to think about as you go about your day. What if it's true? What if this external world and even your own thoughts and feelings are just waves appearing on the surface of you, the infinite ocean? If you really let that sink in, what fear, what attachment, what disturbance could truly touch your depths? Maybe give that some space today and see if you don't catch a glimpse of that inner nectar.